What's up, everybody? Remington from Impulse Creative, and today I'm stoked because I want to talk to you about how you can customize the email capture in your Drift playbooks. Now, the email capture tool has had a significant upgrade since LeadBot 2.0. In one of the biggest areas is you can now customize the messages if it doesn't know who someone is, and of course you can route conversations based on whether someone provided a valid email address or not. So this functionality, rather than this continuous loop of constantly asking for emails, can now be broken up and routed in a different direction. This can be really valuable because in some cases, people may not have an email address, or they may not want to share an email address at that point. And what you can do is figure out how persistent you want your bot to be before you dig right in. So when we jump into a Drift playbook, you'll notice that I have an email capture skill that is already implemented. If you're collecting an email address, odds are you're likely using the email capture skill. If you click edit, you'll see the bar comes out and you've got two types of responses. You've got a valid email address response and you have an invalid email address response. So you can customize the question up here, but when we go into the valid email address response, you'll see that there's some settings. So we can make it so that the valid email triggers someone to a specific goal in this instance. You can also make it so that it goes to the next question. You can make it so that it loops and asks the question again. There's a lot of different things you can do. The big thing here is you can apply special rules to certain domains, and this is where you can start to make it so that you're not getting spam coming through. So by default, you could click include known spam domains. So if anyone uses a spam domain in your email capture tool, it'll kick it. And then the other thing you can do is you can highlight some of the free email tools by default. But let's say you have a competitor or you've got some other people who are continually using your bot but not qualified, you could input their domains here within the tool. This can be really useful for your own organization even, but you can customize this and continuously update this in order to make sure that you're not getting spammed. The other thing is, if someone doesn't make it through those rules, you can then send them to another goal. And so for instance, you could send them just to your bad lead goal, or you could create a new goal name, and that goal could be, an invalid email. And so you could give them a step in the right direction with some explanation of why you kicked them. And it can be a very effective way to either get the right email from them, or you can make it so that it pushes to a live chat person, or simply end the conversation. It really depends on what you're looking to accomplish. So once you have the changes done there, you can click apply changes. And then we've got the other side. We've got the options for an invalid email address. And this is one that I think is quite powerful because people can start to get really upset if they're typing in an email address or they don't want to type in an email address and it doesn't work. So you can set the maximum number of times that the question is asked if the email address is invalid. And then you can choose, again, where you want to send them. So if it's an invalid email address, you could choose to end the conversation, or you could choose to send them to another goal that says that the email is invalid. It really just depends on the nature of your business and the nature of the bot. You can make it so you only want to retry one time, 2 times, or 3 times, or you don't want to ask again in general. So if it didn't work, you can have it say that it didn't know, and you can go on with the playbook's life. So as this can be a very effective tool, what you want to do is you can customize the message. So looks like that's not a real email. Can we get a valid email? And you can make it contextually relevant to wherever this is in the chat playbook. So between those two features, now you've got a lot more control over the email capture skill. I'd love to hear how you're using this and what you've customized in order to drive people to the right area. So hit me up on Twitter at RemingtonBeg, or if you have questions about Drift or conversational marketing, please feel free to reach out to anyone at Impulse Creative. My team is here, ready and waiting to help you out with your Drift and your conversational marketing goals. If you'd like to see other tutorials we've done, you can go ahead and you can do that right here. And if you would like to subscribe to our channel, you can go ahead and you can do that right here. Until next time, I'm Remington from Impulse Creative. Have a great day.